nameless. Hey, like suited. Let's finish napping. Nice. Napping is always fun. What is this GTM tweet? Thanks, Andrew, for the good luck. Right now, yes, it is 2.0. Luckily, it's 2.01, but yeah. I did actually download the update. Is this real? Is this real? That's your streamer? It sure is. I hope that's real. That's fucking awesome. 2.01. 2.01 dropped. These people chose this name. Nice. And I've heard his streams are very fun. I didn't take my AGP today. That's pretty damn awesome. I mean, he's been putting a lot of work into streaming, right? I'm not gonna do that nameless because I don't actually have the patch notes for 2.01 on me. There's a chance. So I don't want people to be misled. And it's ultimately version 2.0. If people type it, I'll just clarify. But yeah, there's not too many major differences for the record. They just nerfed some more things and fixed some bugs. That's 2.01. It's an extremely small update. It's just like mostly bug fixes. Oh yeah, no more Raider. It is now the Radar. It's so over for the Raider bros. Rip the Raider, 3:. It's true, it's true. There is a bug that I think Kamilia should fix, but I don't know how to... well, no one knows the cause of it. No more raiding. Yeah, true. The bug is that you can sometimes have the game mark you as having cleared extra stage even when you haven't cleared it. Okay. What is up? I am. I like it changes the save though. You can't wait for the EX final boss? Yeah, so true. So true. The photo room totally isn't exactly the same. God, thank God Kyo came up with that strat. Nice, jumped way too high. I didn't mean to jump that high, but it happens. I was doing some practice before going live, and my consistency was actually pretty good, so I like to think that's a good omen for the rest of the session. I don't think I'll get an attempt as far... well, I could. I don't know. I don't know. So true. I'm still not very optimistic for clearing this today, but that's just because like I don't want to be optimistic in case I get disappointed. But I do think there's a realistic chance. Alright, I'm gonna do it in a sec. I'll always do it now, so it barely matters after this jump. Thanks, for good luck. I mean, thing giving me optimism is at the end of the session yesterday, I actually did have some pretty good consistency. Yeah, I don't know how that happens, considering, like, I just casually play Tempest and first try the first 3 saves sometimes. Meanwhile, I still struggle with Guy Tower. I will never understand how people struggle so hard in Tempest, but if you struggle in it, then it was clearly hard for you, so good job on overcoming it. I'm never going to be one of those people who's like, oh, I didn't think it was hard, so it was easy, because I just don't believe that. I think accomplishments are only as hard as you think they are. Gotta reach the Fan Game Awards. The Fan Game Awards was peak. I had a lot of fun watching it. It's always a little bit of peak, you know? There we go. I was waiting for me to die to that jump. I don't dream up on that. You gotta stop having sleepovers when the Fan Game Awards are happening. I don't really think there's like a great way to do this jump. I think you just walk off and stutter, and you know, generally it works pretty well. Yeah. No great way to do it. The Task trailer in is insane. That was extremely funny. It was one of my favorite trailers. Not that I'm gonna be consuming what it's a trailer for, but you know, that is a very funny concept, I will say. Think about how close we were to getting a good attempt. So soon in the stream. Yeah, when I saw that, when I saw like the stills and like the transition to like the trophy fight, I was thinking like, oh, that looks a lot like the art that Kai makes. So I was actually wondering if you actually made it, and you did. So good job on that art. It was really nice looking. It really elevated that trailer, I think. Or not the trailer, that intro. It was already an amazing intro, to be clear, but I definitely think it gave it some extra flair, for sure. I see, that's awesome. I was curious, because you said like you made trailers, and I actually just wasn't sure which ones you made, but I kind of just forget that you're a Tasser. Oh, and you made the FTJ trailer. Yeah, that was a good trailer. I'm so happy that clip of Stong was in there, because it's such a funny clip. Current time with the save, by the way, is, I'm not sure exactly because I haven't been keeping track and I get a little confused when I think about it, but I believe it's somewhere in the 6.5 hour range. What is VC trailer? I actually don't know what that stands for. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that was pretty good. There were a lot of cool adventure game trailers. I don't think I've played too much from Very Cool besides like maybe working collabs. I've been pretty motivated to make stuff. I just kind of ran into a wall with lack of programming knowledge. And I tried to get Jopagu to help me with it a bit, but the issue is that the day that she tried to help me, she was I was way too exhausted to like learn anything, and then I think she's been busy now. Just, you know, she got engaged, as well with other things besides just that. But I do want to learn programming a bit more. Curse of EP, yeah, kinda. That'd be nice. I appreciate, dude. I even like noticed I was way too far right and was like, you know what? I'm gonna stutter and I'm gonna turn back. And I did the stutter. It wasn't enough, and then I forgot to turn back. It was a Max. Hey, look, Max. They made a needle save that's harder than like external. La 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 la. La 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 la. Did I say hard in the external? I would give both currently a 92 difficulty. That'd be so awesome, Nameless. Because I've thought about that, is like, I feel like it should be possible to like automate the process of searching for via lines and stuff. Dude. Patch changes in 2.01. They were posted in I Want a Community in the K3 thread. If you're in there. It's mostly bugs fixes. They also changed a couple more things. Okay, so they nerfed Silver Tower, they nerfed Flower, and then they fixed a bunch of bugs. Bro. How's save 4 been going? I died to the last jump on my last attempt of the day last night. I mean, I haven't been talking about it, but the information about the patch was posted in I Want a Community in the Kamilia 2.0 thread. So at least what we assume is the last jump, because there's still no confirmation that the save actually ends when we think it does. But I have a feeling it does. But also there is always the chance that it doesn't actually end, so my PB is what we think is the last jump. Hungry Paimon doesn't want to end the save. I'm glad we're just calling Kamilia Hungry Paimon. Listen to that. The issue is that it would probably go for a million hours. You redeemed Reimu. Okay. I don't really like having it right now because of the possibility of clearing with it, but I'll just turn it off halfway through the attempt if this gets far. Fuck! Fuck! I got the frames and jumped early. I got the jump frames, but I jumped early, dude. Oh my god. I fucking panicked, man. Oh, dude, I did it again. I fucking panicked again, man. Fuck! It's like literally, I literally have never done that in practice, too, is the crazy thing. I've literally never jumped too early there. It's a 2-frame window with that strat. I did that jump heights perfectly, and then I fucking died to that again, dude. At least I'm more okay with that death than my first one though, because I got the jump heights that time. I didn't do anything stupid that time. Like I did it fine. Like all things considered, like I did it correctly. I just like panicked because I saw I got the frame and got really scared. So I just fucking missed the window. That's the window. It's 2 frames. I just jumped early, and I saw I jumped early instantly, but then I'm like, there's no way to save this. I would have to fall down at the very beginning. Damn, dude. Oh, that has never happened to me in practice. Every single time in practice, I've hit that timing, dude. I got the jump heights, and then I just proceeded to fuck it up, man. But I mean, that's a good omen, dude. Like, at least I got that fucking far. But man, that is rough. Dude. Hi Genesis, I died the last jump again. Dude, I really thought I had it, man. God. When I saw I got the jump frame in my head, I'm like, I kind of like internalized, like, I have never missed this in practice, so there's a pretty good chance I get it. But I just, like, I panicked a little bit, because, like, knowing that I got that, I knew in my head, like, there is a very high chance I get that. I wasn't that nervous, but I did get scared, because, like, when I saw I got the last frame perfect jump, I was like, okay, the odds of me actually getting this far on both of my attempts to get to the 4th J map are astronomically low. So I really hope I make this one count. And you know what? Fuck it, I did. I made it count as much as I could have, man. Like, there was, like, if I was going to die like that, there was, like, pretty much no chance I would have cleared if I did the better strategy. Like, that was just doomed. There was really just no chance there. It is what it is, man. I'm way more okay with that, because that death wasn't me being careless. My first attempt there, I died to carelessness and just didn't get the right jump height. That time, I did it right, I got the correct jump height, I did the V-align setup, I did everything right to do that jump, and then I proceeded to just mess up the timing. I am perfectly okay with that. That happens all the time. The other one was just being careless, and that hurt me a lot more. That hurt from just like, oh, I choked the end of the save again, but like, from a mental perspective, it's way easier for me to accept that death than the other one. And hey, it's a really good omen that that's technically, across these 2 sessions, 2 final jump attempts in 20 minutes. That's really good. It is very hard to even get there. There's so many jumps at the end of the second loop, which I just haven't died to yet, which is a fucking miracle. I can guarantee you I will not be that lucky the 3rd time I get there, but I'm grateful that I got the 2 attempts I did. Ultimately, the situation I was in both of those attempts was kind of just really rare and, like, hard to deal with. Thank you. Like, it's the kind of situation where, like, the only way to deal, like, the odds of you clearing the 4th segment of the second loop are very low. Like, they're decent, I've done it twice in a row, but considering how much it takes to get there, they are very low. You do not have a good chance of getting past them at all. So doing that on not just your first attempt there, but your first 2 attempts there, nearly getting the entire thing, is an extremely unlikely scenario, which just mentally I could not have possibly been prepared for. If I get there a 3rd time, the chance of me clearing will be practically 0, for the record, because it is such a hard situation to deal with considering the context. So I don't really mind that death that much. The situation I was in was genuinely terrible. That diagonal is hard, but it's the reason why it's so hard to get there. That jump is frame perfect. However, the thing that makes it so brutal to get past the second loop is that there's like 5 more frame perfect inputs. So basically that diagonal needs to be done like 5 different times in the second loop. Or at least a jump of equivalent difficulty. Whoa. Oh, whoops. Jumped a frame too low. It's not that bad. I have died to it once, though. Nice. Missed the support block jump. I'm gonna post this again. I'm very happy that strat does exist, because the alternate strat for that was kind of balls. I'm sorry, did I just die to a diagonal like that? That is, like, extraordinarily rare. God damn it, dude. Doesn't have a ceiling below it, bruh. Or above it. Yeah, I bet there better not be a ceiling below it. That would be really tricky to maneuver. I mean, I guess that's how my SD4 works, but whatever. Actually, that's not even how that game works inherently. How many named jumps can you fit in one save? Actually, I'm curious, like, what is the save with the most named jumps? 2. It's probably a 92 variant. Well, I guess it would be 192. That's like the true one. The 192 is 192 gates. There's also that one game which is like a million, like 200 F jumps in a row, but they're nerfed F jumps, so they hardly count. Except the last one, that one's real. Stake tower shenanigans. I don't know what's the biggest stake tower. That shouldn't have worked. Not there. That's 7 frame, buddy. That's a big dick in my fucking ass, dude. That's nice. I blocked before jumping. That's bound to happen eventually, but it's still hurty. Yeah, 10 million gate jumps is not one save. You can even save and continue, like, come on, bruh. I wish I knew how many F jumps that one game was. Yeah, it kinda sucks. It just happens if you don't push 2 buttons in the same frame, which is pretty frequent. So the way that jump works, by the way, it is frame perfect. Except for one specific scenario. If you stand in that exact spot and you manage to get an 8 frame specifically, it is now a 2 frame window. So that's why I go for that. I didn't even realize I'm on the second loop, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I shouldn't have stuttered. That's so hard to tell, though. That diagonal is so fucking mean, dude. It's genuinely so hard to tell if you need to stutter or not for that. That is good consistency for sure. Sorry, I need to get my superstition out. Man, why couldn't I have just timed it like this, dude? Man, that's a 4 frame. Don't do that. That's a 4 frame. That's a 4 frame. That's a 4 frame. Well, it's a 3 frame, but it wasn't the right spot. That's a 3 frame. Just do that, man. Your life could be so easy, but instead you choose to make things harder for yourself by dying. Anyways, at least I got past this. I am getting a lot of far attempts for sure. It's very nice. Jumping back? What do you mean by jumping back? Do you mean for the final jump? Because yeah. Also, isn't it a 4 frame for the V-line? Stop 7 framing, bro. Keyboard, it's a Razer Huntsman V2 analog. It's not a good keyboard for fan games. Like, I wish there was a better way to do this, but there's just kind of not. You kind of just have to pray to God that you get the height. It can be really hard to tell with this thing. What's a good keyboard for game? I have no idea. I am not the person to ask for this topic. This is the good align, by the way. It gives you the good align for both diagonals. The issue is that this diagonal is the spawn of Satan. So it's really hard to just finagle your way through there. Especially because for a lot of scenarios you actually have to be careful and check if you need to stutter, which is extremely specific. So while it is a relatively consistent jump, it's one that you can easily mess up. Especially if you don't have reaction time. You can just die like that. You can also do it like this, but that's terrible. Yeah, I think no matter which way you slice it, it's kind of just a tough jump. It's going to be tricky. The issue is that hitting the ceiling does not guarantee that you can just fall through. Because, like, if you hit the ceiling too low, like, congratulations, you've played yourself. Or not too low, if you hit it too early, rather. Not too low. So, if you hit the God frame, which I think it should be 2 frames, but it feels like it's tighter than that. If you hit the God position, then congratulations, you have more frames. Let me give it a good look. Or not more frames, you can just hold light. If you hit early, you're guaranteed dead. If you hit late, you're probably dead, but you can still salvage it. Yes. I've been playing the save for approximately 7 hours, apparently. That's just an estimate, but it should be about right. It is, yes. There is nothing else after this in M stage. At least if there is, then the portal room is lying. Nope. Nope. The classic mistake, and if you don't know what the classic mistake is, it is dying to that jump because you jumped on the closest frame to the spike and 4 framed instead of a 5, 6, or 7 frame, which also work. Very specific, but weirdly common. For the record, that death is tighter than the jump. Dying like that is double frame perfect. So it's impressive how much it happens. Why can't I get those frame perfects on the rest of the save, bruh? Give me the frame perfects where it matters. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Has similar vibes to the famous Salad 1 GDQ Super Punch-Out run, where he accidentally does a frame perfect counter. Yeah, the actual jump, while not trivial, is definitely easier than dying to a 4 frame there with the way I do it. That's like the first time I've ever died to that jump. It is good for a final screen. It is way harder than anything else in the game needle-wise, and it's climactic and cool. It's got W Riz and all that. It is brutally hard. I have gone on record saying I think this is probably harder than anything in Discord Makers too. So. I believe. Shredding Orbis is more needle. That would be insane if somehow there is needle after EXM stage. Like, a boss is unlikely, a needle is less likely. Note those patch notes are a little out of date because this game is now on version 2.0.1. Or 2.01, not 2.0.1. Same shit, but you know. There's some other minor changes. I do not currently have it. Like, okay, do I need to practice that diagonal? Like, on God. Like, what is going on there? Dying to that twice in like the span of like 35 minutes is extremely, like, improbable. Especially considering there's that jump right there, dude. Oh, that's nice. Kamilia 3 Cartoon Network show. Would go raw. Which K3 boss would fit in the best in a regular show? There's like something on my screen. Anyway, second best attempt today dies to a diagonal. One of the last diagonals in the save that matters, too. Not the last one, though, because they're still the frame perfect. All the 3 ones in segment 4 are pretty rough. The first 2 more so than the last one. The last one is very easy to die to, because it's so awkward. Yeah, I think you're spitting. Although when you think about it, the guy is kind of like that one, like, Billy Mitchell guy. I forgot what his name was in the show. It is very good. can I stop dying to diagonals like that because I fucking 4-frame on the furthest pixel? Is that just gonna keep happening forever today? Oh my god. I keep fucking 4-framing on diagonals like that today, and it's like, bro, it is not that serious. You don't have to fucking jump that low. Hey, I tried to sue, and then I think I got, like, laughed out of court. Not literally, I think, but, you know, it was a pretty... It was not a good episode for Mr. Mitchell. He is quite the clown, yeah. I feel like I could see Rigby being a closeted fan of Hatsune Miku, and through that you would get like a Lunar Magic in there. The Lunar Magic's probably the most likely one. What, a keyboard? It is not a good keyboard for fan games. I need to start just like writing that somewhere because people always ask what this keyboard is, but for one, it's too expensive, and two, it's not good for fan games. I only got it because it was on sale, and it was before I even got into fan games, so it is not a good keyboard for fan games. Don't get it. Jarupi's proportions better fit regular show. That's true. I kind of forgot Darupi existed, I'm not gonna lie. Which is amazing, because it was like a forming memory for me as a child. I remember I went to someone's house and I made them play the Darupi song on like their big-ass TV, and I'm pretty sure they had never heard Vocaloid music before, and I got both them and like their mom to watch it, and I was like a little embarrassed, because it's like fucking Vocaloid music and their mom is watching Common World Domination. It doesn't help that the video is pretty absurdist. This keyboard is not good for video games. I'd go raw, but there's not enough space. What are these DMs, bruh? Mirrors on the Oka grind. What was the plan? Which one do you recommend for fan games? To be entirely honest with you, I have no idea. I have never looked into keyboards that are good for fan games. That is not a question that I can answer. There are people who can answer that question if you join the I Wanna community and stuff. There's resources and stuff and people who have done way more research into this than I ever could. So I would encourage that you try to ask the question there or something. I apologize that I can't give you a better answer. Mabel. Generally though, it depends on what you're doing. If you're playing fan games casually, then like any keyboard will work. Like if you're just playing like easy adventures and stuff. If you want to play harder needle and stuff, you'll probably want a better keyboard. And of course, if you're going to be playing a lot, you probably want a keyboard that feels good. I mean, you'd want a keyboard that feels good anyways, but, you know, especially if it's going to start affecting your hand health. Good night, Bolt. It is pretty funny, yeah. Personal branded keyboard. At the bare minimum, there is a third loop. I'm definitely developing like the consistency that would, you know, put you at the level to be able to process that. It's just crazy to think that I have now streamed this as much as I've streamed Oka. Although I still haven't played this for as long as Oka, and it's still quite a bit away. It's just like so funny to think about. Nope. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Dude, I let go of the right arrow key so fast, bruh. That death happens all the time, so it's like you can't really be that surprised, but it is always a bit of a tragedy when it happens. It is basically just missing a 16 pixel. Drinking water's good. The issue is that sometimes I don't like being interrupted to drink water when I'm focused on something. That's the only reason it's expensive. Like, particularly if I'm grinding something. Like, the hydrate redeem after I died the last jump was a genius redeem. That one was good. Because that was a situation in which I was happy to be reminded to drink water. Why would I do that? I've never bonked there ever. Forbidden strategy. That wasn't even the right spot. Take the drink water challenge. What are you doing, Mabel? Frame late. I didn't even realize I had jumped late. I actually thought I hit the frame. But nah. When I saw the jump trajectory, that's when I was like, oh shit, that's not the right frame. Huh. You know, I kind of know when I'm gonna hit the frame. It might just be worth to try to react to it. For those jumps. Just to get another try. My fear is getting false positives, though. Like, running into a situation in which I back off for no reason. But, like, there is time to react for that one, and also the gate jump that's later, although it is very unlikely that if you die to that gate jump, the frame for the gate jump, that you actually do manage to get back. However, for the first one, it's not that bad. Huh. Maybe that could be new tech. genius. I'm saying genius because some of the inputs I was doing there were very questionable. That time wasn't really relevant because I got the frame. Frame perfect's playing pretty nice. That's a 9 frame. That's not 2 buttons at the same frame. No! Oh, that's a really rare one. Oh man, that's a rough one, dude. That's not one of the hard jumps, dude. That's such a bad death. Died to the nerf sideways gate. I played it way too carefully, man. I don't really even know why I did that. I never do that in practice, bro. That was such a bad way to die. Whatever, it's no big deal. My mindsight today is really good. And I'm honestly surprised it is, because those passions are a little out of date because this isn't the most recent version anymore. I'm kind of surprised it is because, to be a little honest for a moment, I had a really bad night last night. I was really depressed and I went to bed without eating anything. And in my head I went into the stream thinking I'm probably going to get super angry, I'm going to rage on stream, I'm going to be really embarrassed, but I still want to stream just in case it doesn't happen. So I'm actually really happy that I've like mellowed out a lot and I'm actually doing well. And I'm not getting frustrated at these mistakes that much. I feel like I'm able to just play, enjoy the game, have a good time, not worrying too much about my performance and just kind of enjoying things. That's J-Tool. You can get it on Delfruit. That particular skin was made by Zerfin. But yeah, I'm really happy that my mindset's been good today, because usually when I have like bad days, it tends to rub off in my gameplay, and I tend to play a lot worse, slash get more frustrated easily. But I'm not really getting any of that today. I'm kind of just doing well. Feels good. Got a 3rd attempt to section 4, by the way, which is really promising. If I can get even more of those, that would be awesome. Even if they're not last jumps, it doesn't really matter. You know, there's 4 fucking run killers before the last jump. Which unfortunately, that one was not one of them that I died to. That was a silly mistake. But also a reasonable one. No jump's gonna have 100% consistency, no matter how easy it is. And besides, in a save this long, you're bound to just make mistakes. Like, you're not going to be able to play perfectly. Nope. I reacted to that in time, but not quite in time. Well, I reacted to it, but not in time. There you go. That's what happened. That is a frame perfect input, by the way, in case it's unclear to anyone watching. Like, that is just straight up, like, you hit the frame perfect, or you don't. There is no alternative. There is no better strategy. There is no strat to negate the frame perfect, to my knowledge. At least not one that I've been able to figure out consistently. just terrible. Nice. Thanks, Elijah. Uppies, please. Hey, Decoro. The Decoro. Thanks so much for the good luck. I really appreciate all the encouragement I've been getting recently. It means a lot to me. That's a fun emote. That was a little ugly, but whatever. Nice. Whoa. Aw, damn it. Walked before jumping, got 2 9 frames in a row. I got 2 9 frames in a row into walking before jumping. Very unfortunate. It is what it is, man. If I just got an 8 frame, would have been fine. Unfortunately, it's very hard to just say, get an 8 frame, and then get an 8 frame. I got the picture perfect strat for that double diagonal on the right side. I ended up getting the 7 frame from the exact frame, or from the exact like spot where you have 2 frames to double jump, which is a goated strat. It is pretty hard to actually get though. So to compensate for hitting that frame window, I had to miss the 8 frame 3 times. It's hard to push 2 buttons on the same frame. It's always rough when the first loop wants to be mean. Oh, I actually got it with the bonk. So it's in such a way that I actually didn't have to ever let go of left. That's cool. Guess I did in here. At least what we assume is the last jump, because there's a chance that their save goes on for even longer, but... I jumped way too fucking low. Oh my god. That was horrendous. Thanks for good luck. There's some weird parts about the second loop. One of them that I find weird is this jump. Coming up here, this one. It's like not changed. It is basically the same, which is very surprising considering the nature of it. Yeah, third loop being harder than the second loop is the bad timeline. That is the ultimate fear with the save. Dude. The issue is that the first loop is not easy. Like, don't get me wrong, you can beat it very consistently. There are even times that it feels like you're beating it almost every attempt. But don't get it twisted, it still has two really nasty diagonals, and also the possibility of dying to literally anything else. So even if the third loop is about as easy as the first loop, that's still not nearly enough to be comfortable. It would need to be significantly easier to be a comfy ending. And even then, I don't even think it'd be that comfy, because you'd be shitting your pants from how fucking hard the second loop is, man. Like, how as soon as they say you can get consistent the first loop, I proceed to have no consistency with like half of these jumps. Can't even hit diagonals reliably. Average has the last jump. My only idea for a trap is that something falls from like the hole at the top, or alternatively the diamond, the half diamond, flies to the left. I don't necessarily know if Kamilia would. There's a fourth loop. God. Yeah, fourth loop is do it up, like third loop is do it upside down, then fourth loop is do it upside down but buffed. That's the fourth loop. Oh my god. Yeah, that would make the save pretty fucking hard, wouldn't it? Yeah, I walked by 3 frames. An obnoxiously common death where you walk by 3 frames on that 16 pixel which causes you to die. Sideways. This screen would be pretty fucked up sideways considering all the diagonals. Third loop is trigger needle. Dude, if the reality of the situation is that if the third loop is trigger needle, this shit will take forever for someone to clear. Like, genuinely, forever. Nice, I messed up that jump even when it's free. Like, if it's fucking trigger needle, dude, like, oh my god. Could you imagine? Like, the thing that has taken me now, like, almost 8 hours, and I haven't even gotten it once, is the thing that I need to do over and over to get one attempt at learning a trigger. Yeah, we discussed the possibility of it being possible upside down, but it is actually impossible to beat upside down. Well, without having to do an well, actually, no, it is just impossible. It is just impossible upside down in the second loop. So at the bare minimum, if there is a third upside down loop, then that would require the screen to have some triggers adjusted. 2065. So true, Adam. Honestly, it'd be kind of baller. Like, I would hate it, but it would be kind of baller if, like, Rikuto was just like, I want K3 to have a legacy forever, so I'm just gonna make genuinely by far the hardest needle save ever created for the final save of K3. And he just went insane and put like 5 loops, a DS9 choke, like... Nope. Sideways gravity would be pretty nuts. I read Spike gameplay of Sideways Gravity in my peripheral vision. Kinda surprised I actually got that jump there. Definitely thought I would have walked off. That both of those were insanely close. Aw. That jump is kind of fucking evil, so yeah. This jump's even eviler. This jump's really evil in the context it's in. This jump is mega evil. Like, all these jumps are so fucking evil, man. Interesting one frame I got there. If I died to that, bro. That is something that scares me both times I got here, was doing that. Because it is very possible to do it. It's a 4 frame. Like, that's a 5 frame. That's a 4 frame. That's a 3 frame. Okay. What are acceptable jump types the last jump? You 4 frame for the V line, then you 3 frame to get a 2 frame window in the double jump. I like completely forgot what I was doing, I'm not gonna lie. I was zoning out. I was thinking about a lot of things, but, you know, clearing was clearly not one of them. Sometimes you just zone out, you know? Yuck, dude. Why is this first jump so hard? You guys ever think about how out of the 3 new things added in the update, 2 of them have Dodonpachi music? Soundtracks. That's true. That's also not what I said, but it's true. I think it's peak as well. I just think it's funny how much of it exists. Dude, you don't gotta like 3 frame up there, dude. You know, you can just do it with like a 1 frame or a 2 frame. And, you know, life would be a lot easier, I think. That's how they picked it. Yeah. I'm guessing it's also partially for cohesion. Like, I think having like the game have a similar like origin of the soundtrack for a lot of the songs gives it a lot of like cohesiveness. That's something I think is like Kamilia 2 also does that, but to a lesser degree, because that game has a lot of Sonic music. Something that Kamilia 2 does that I wish K3 did, though, is that in Kamilia 2, every screen in Stage 6 has its own song. I really wish that they did that for Kamilia 3 Stage 4, like giving everything its own song. I think that would have gone hard. With that being said, the songs that they pick for Stage 4 in K3 I think are genius. I think they all are really good and work extremely well in the context that they're in. I just always thought that was a neat touch in Kamilia 2 and would have liked to see it come back. Nope. Nope. Hey, died the frame perfect. That jump is kind of evil, by the way. Like, that late in the save, raw frame perfect, it's pretty bad. It's not as bad as the diagonal, though, at the end of the section 4. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Watson. My only desire is that I kind of wish that, wow. Yeah, that's what I wish. I kind of wish that, the screens were less /J and more /SRS. Because it is very funny to have such a climactic song and then the most goofball screens in the world being black and maze. Because I'm sorry, but I don't care that there's no Mario and Luigi, okay? Dude, are you fucking kidding me? What an unlikely death. When I first played them, I thought the black screens were really annoying, but now I recognize that they're kind of based. Because they're annoying ass screens. The fact they don't have a save in between is like actually twisted. Which reminds me, the fact that Ow beat I Wanna Be the Black Deathless is still such a crazy thing that happened. That's like such an insane thing to just drop on humanity. Almost didn't hit the trigger. Stop framing next to that spike, dude. It is such a lenient input. You can jump so high, and you can just not jump on that frame. It is literally double frame perfect to die there. Stop doing that. Yeah, I've never done that, man. It is very satisfying to get this far in the first place. Even if most attempts don't see much further than this. That jump being in there is so fucking mean, by the way. It is genuinely such an awkward jump. Like, actually having the right jump height and then, like, doing the perfect fucking, like, weight to, like, go to the diagonal is unbelievably awkward and difficult. frame. Works about as well as the 9 frame. It's like the same exact height off the ceiling as that one jump. It's kind of funny. Except unlike that one jump, 9 frame is better than 8 frame. Really? That was... Huh? I thought that was lower than normal. That was higher? That is the most confused I've ever been with a death. In my head, I had dropped much lower than I normally do, to the point where I was worried about undershooting that jump. I have never seen that. What the hell? My mind is like blown that that was too high. Of all things that I could have died to there. Like, I know I full jumped, but damn, I didn't think I jumped that high, man. I guess I did. I mean, fair enough. It is what it is, right? Still unfortunate. There was this clip from Mirror.
No!
That was a fun clip. Man, Oka pre-final is like the most fucked up attack ever. I wish it was just a little bit more feasible. I mean, it very much is feasible for me to just clear, but... it's very hard. No, I bonked, dude. Fuck my life, man. I bonked really hard. I like 16 framed, which makes that not possible. But I wasn't sure if that was a hard bonk or like a soft bonk. That's an unfortunate one though, because I even hit the frame afterwards, hypothetically. You know, if there was a frame that would have worked for that, it would have been that one. But it didn't quite work out. You know, it is what it is, but... sometimes you just perish, you know? Not too much I can do about that one. Yeah, I really gotta put more weight in the shift key to really make sure that I'm pressing it first. Just to negate any possibility of... or not negate, because you're not going to be able to negate it, but just to reduce the possibility of two runs in the same frame going long there. So then, you know. Execute all of this in a row. It's not hard, you're just bad, you know? I actually need to grab that line I grab, I just grab it for posterity's sake. It's a 5 frame. 5 frame. That one's a 4 frame. I think that actually wasn't 2 buns in the same frame. Yeah, it's not that hard. Gamers just declining in skill. That's so true. Identifier frames. That's 2 frame. Yeah. Identifier frames. Get the jump height. What are you to do? I kind of miss when I wasn't that scared of the XM stage. Like when I first saw that there was an XM stage, in my head it was like, well, it's K3 needle, it's not gonna be that hard. Kamilia would never do that. Breakfast, right? So true. Hey, it's probably not as hard as Close the World Extra. By probably, I mean definitely. That's not the right line, but it's fine. I'll make it work. See, I made it work. It is getting there. It's approaching Close the World Extra. Certainly far closer than anything else in the game. Yeah, so true. What a beautiful A-frame. Oh my god. You're fucking kidding me, dude. Oh shit! Well, it's over. I didn't even realize. Yeah, it's over. Oh my god, you're fucking kidding me. Wow. 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 Alright. Alright. There's no way. Well, yeah, it's Close the World Extra difficulty. Dude, I need to rewatch my footage, man. Oh my god. Wow, I need to rewatch that. But dude, yeah, no savies. No savies, bro. There was a fucking gravity flip or two. Oh my god, bro. Dude, you're fucking kidding me. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. It seemed like I started rising a little bit later. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Fucking wow. I mean, I imagine there's a trigger. I mean, you can tell me, Nameless. I wanna watch my VOD, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude! There's no fucking way! It took me fucking 8 hours to get there once! Like... oh my god. Dude... You're fucking kidding me. Dude, this went from like DM2 to actually close the world extra. Like it's actually fucking close the world extra difficulty, dude. Like that's fucking insane. That is so fucking hard. There's a third loop. Oh my god. It's an like upside down timed third loop. Once you jump at the hole to gravity cliff. Okay, I'm watching my fucking VOD, dude. Oh my god. What'd you say? Oh, okay. Oh, it turns out that the skip is real. Like the skip to skip the second loop. So someone should probably tell Kamilia. Yeah, you can skip the second loop apparently by just landing on the block. Mushkat apparently did it. I assumed it couldn't exist. My name was, I thought you said it didn't exist. That was already a message, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, this is the skip. Okay, I'm not gonna be using the skip though. I won't use the skip. It's okay. Anyways, let me show this. Oh my god. I really can't believe it's real. Oh my god, I really can't believe it, dude. Okay, let's take a gander. How much gets nerfed? Oh my god. Dude. At least it nerfs it, you know, to be feasible. Oh my god. And then there's a timer. Oh my god. Why, dude? Why? Why did it have to be like this, Kamilia? Oh my god. Dude, that is so brutal, man. Oh my god. At least the jumps don't seem that bad, but like the dude, that's 16 pixel, man. Oh my god. We only get to, okay, can only see a tiny bit, but oh my lord, dude. I really can't believe that. I'm actually in shock. Like, I am still in shock. There's a third loop. You gotta do it backwards. You have to do it backwards, upside down, with the timer. So, good fucking luck. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. god. Dude. Oh my god. Yeah, no. I don't fucking know, man. Oh really, they did. That's awful. That's funny. I'm surprised they did that. Dude, that is... Dude, I don't even know how to process this information, bro. Like, I don't even know how to process what just happened. Like... Dude... What the fuck? I guess we go again! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm excited, Tokyo. Good luck! Well, I studied the footage, and it seems like it's not too bad up until my PB. I hope the third loop is easy. Mooshcat, I think, is gonna use the skip to beat the screen. And he said there's only one frame perfect jump in loop 3. That is currently the information. I will not be using the skip. I don't want to clear that way. Especially because it's almost guaranteed to get patched. Yeah. I don't care if, like, you know, I don't get first clear over not using the skip. That's not what matters to me. I want to beat it my way. Which also, yeah, I do want to go back and redo Blue and Doc Kid because those also got patched. So yeah. Frank Sinatra really proud he would. It's for real, it just doesn't count. Nice stuff. Dude, how do I mean, I guess I won't be nervous at the end of drop 2 anymore. Or loop 2. Like, at least we solved that issue, right? I don't have to worry about nerves anymore. Because they don't fucking matter. Like, oh my god. I can't fucking believe what I saw with my own 2 eyes. I can't believe the joke is real. Like, I am sitting here reeling that the joke is fucking real. No, it's there in loop 3. Oh my god. Well, I've seen the first third of it. Kamilia is scary. I guess there's no reason to beat myself up over dying to the last jump twice. 10 times more horrible than this game. Yeah, straight up. Like, I'm pretty sure Kamilia just balanced the avoidance and needle in one shot. Like, this is a needle save that is on the fucking level of, like, EX Emperor. Like, genuinely. Like, good luck if you want to beat this when he patches the skip. Because you will now have to get significantly better at needle. Oh my god. And it was already fucking like that. It was already insanely hard. Like, oh my god, bro. I can't believe it. I know I've said that a lot, but I can't believe it. Only it's 95? Probably like 94, 95 in that range. Whoops, dude. Oh my god. Yes, loop 3 exists. It is a huge filter, yeah. Oh my god. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it a lot. Arigato gozaimasu. Man, I'm out. I think a lot of people just dropped out of the 100% thing because like the needle skill you need now is insane. Like you can no longer 100% K3 by just being a top avoidance player. It's sorry, but you can't. You are if you want 100% K3, you are going to do it by being good at fucking everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was a joke. We were joking. That was a fucking joke. We were joking about upside down climb with the acid coming back from M stage. It was a joke. Like, it was not supposed to exist. We fucking willed that shit into existence. Like, I am flabbergasted. Every Kamilia game is personally. I guess it's falling. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. So, what's the next joke that comes real? Loop 4? Like, is that gonna be real? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Whatever, I was getting more consistent. Make sure that comes real as the EX final boss. Yeah, there's a loop 3. Hi Lucas, welcome to this save. Welcome to Kamilia 3 gets a fucking top Needle Hall of Fame save. The next episode. Oh my god. It's upside down with a time limit. Yeah, that's true, Kai. Hold on, I need to post this in a certain group chat. There is a normal gravity flip, yeah. Imagine. You just fall down? Oh my god, I doubt it. But imagine, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, you can just fall down the whole gap. Loop 3 has some nasty things. There's spikes added. Yeah, I thought there were spikes added. I mean, obviously there would be. I just really can't fucking believe it's real. Oh my god. Boogie. It's true, that's pretty nasty. It's like black tar. The oil spill. Oil ocean core. Yeah, there's like 16 pixels and shit. And apparently there's a frame perfect jump somewhere, so that's exciting. In case you thought the save had too few. I guess I'll make fucking J maps of the upside down bit, or loop 3, as I make progress in it. Yeah, a little bit. EXM, you need to beat every extra boss. I'm a genius. There's not even like a big drop to like mentally prepare for it either. It's just raw. Oh my god. Yeah. Would be cool. Yep. Well, it's a good thing we made that jump retryable. I remember when my PB was the last jump. You know what's crazy? I started the stream with my PB being the last jump, and now my PB got worse. There's a third loop. Well, I'm happy that every time someone asks me, like, oh, you died at the final jump, it's like, oh, you know what we think is the final jump. The third loop is not a bit. It is an upside down acid climb. There is no joke. I even timestamped the VOD if you want to see my reaction to it. Yep. Nope. Too easy, you see. I finally died to that. Your genius water jump. Yeah, that was the hint. The water isn't for going up, it's for going down. Let me link the timestamp of it, Kia. There's my timestamp, so you can see what it looks like. Oh my god. It's so disrespectful, man. It is a pretty genius water jump. Hey, my consistency is good. I'll be back there in no time. You know, it only took me 8 hours to get past drop 2 once, or loop 2 once. Oh my god. Big loop. Yep. It does go hard, that's true. Holy moly. It is rather wicked, if you will. Well, at least the save not ending of a corner jump can possibly be rectified, by the way. Bad time to set the fourth loop speculation. There's no way there's a fourth loop. You can joke about that one, because I fucking refuse to believe there's a fourth loop. Yep, extra acid. I have to go all the way back up. Fourth loop for the screen itself rotates. Dude. It's true, it's true. There is a third loop, yes. Want to see my reaction to it? It only took me 8 hours to get there once. It looked too possible. Maybe they left in the debug keys, like I can press that to save. Nope. I'm sorry, this was far too egregious of a thing to do to someone. I need to see what's going on. Like, I need to see, like, the reality of the situation, bro. Because it is so diabolical. I was so excited, and then, dude... Oh my god. How do you even get there in time, man? Oh my god. You don't have that much time, although I was playing rather slowly. How many blocks high is that jump? I mean, okay, I don't want to do it from there, because it kind of sucks from there. Although, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4. That's, like, really hard to do. I think working with that line should be fine. Do that diagonal, yeah. This is a diagonal. Shouldn't be too much slower, you fall down. You get the fucking 16 pixel. God. God, man. God, dude. Why, God? Why, Lord? Oh my god. Everyone's saying fucking GG. They don't know. They don't know what they're in for. They don't know what's coming. They don't know the fog is here. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. UG is giving someone like a day. I mean, we were wondering what relation it had to M stage, right? I want to type some messages in Discord at this time just to clarify some things. There's no way. Fourth loop is when it's too much. There's 5 loops, they skull. Third loop, acid reflex. Nice, nameless. I'm just sitting here like, I can't believe they went that far. Like, Kamilia 3 having like much like harder bosses than the Needle was always the case. It's like Kamilia was taking a tally of all the difficulty points he removed from this game, and then he was like, okay, we gotta put all of them in extra M stage, and he was like 95 short by the end, so he's like, alright, well, let's fucking run it. I have to imagine the fourth loop. I'm sorry, but fourth loop is not real. I'm putting my fucking foot down. There is no fourth loop. There is no way. Or all the gems that changed throughout the years. That'd be so funny. Fifth loop. Dude, if there's a fourth loop, then the save is ridiculous. I was the first person to get this far. I am the only person right now who actively wants to attempt the save, because I think when people saw the third loop, almost everyone completely backed out, because it's so fucking hard. So if there is there's a chance someone clears of a skip that has a 100% chance of getting patched, by the way. But I will not be doing that skip, because, you know, it's gonna get patched. Yeah, like, the first 2 screens were the easy part. You can skip the second loop. That's the skip. People will continue to complain about any nerfs, but here you go. Here's your fucking solution. Bro, I posted about its difficulty, and the immediate response is, I can only imagine the difficulty of EX Final Boss when, once/if they add one. Let it go, bro, it's over. Like, oh my god. It's like that image of the guy holding out of the fucking backpack. Like, let it go, bruh, it's over. The issue is that it's gonna go off after 24 hours, and I'm not beating this in 24 hours, that's for damn sure. I will probably do some attempts offline just to get a look at what Loop 3 looks like. At least try to get a second attempt there. But, you know. Okay, 3 bosses are always hard needle. This definitely goes in line with the fucking, the line of thought that EX Final Boss was going to genuinely be the most fucked up thing in the universe. Which, yeah, kinda. Like, they need to add the EX Final Boss. Nah, the people who were like annoyed that Kamilia 3 just ends on Needle had no idea how much it ends on Needle. Go ahead, Kyo, I don't mind. I'm just like I can't even play well anymore. I mean, I got like actually a really far attempt. I was like 1 frame perfect away from the end, and like 2 more jumps. But like I like can't even play anymore right now. Like I am genuinely just like my brain is like completely destroyed. Like, I thought if there was, like, I thought Loop 2 was too fucking hard to warrant a third one, man. Oh my god. At least Loop 3 is easier than Loop 2. Oh man, JGBC was so reasonable. A nice bow in it all. Oh my god, the copers, dude. I mean the believers, but they're really just the copers. The cope levers. Just like that one Zelda enemy. Aw, dicks. Didn't realize what that was. EX Final for 20th anniversary. Bro, how many people even have 100% this game at that point? Man, final boss being a medley would go raw. Unlikely though. I mean, it's unlikely it exists, but you know. Almost certainly, yeah. Like, I imagine Kamilia 3, like, I feel like Kamilia 3 being looked down upon has to be a Western thing, right? Like, I severely doubt this issue exists in the Eastern community. I find it funny, Kia. I didn't laugh, but that's because I laughed at it previously in my life. True last boss. When the difficulty scale makes the screen an 80. Oh my god. Difficulty Watson boss. I'm just curious how like you make a boss like as hard as true last boss would be in people's minds. Like avoidances have breached this gap, but I feel like bosses haven't. Crazy Destiny like barely counts. Because the thing is, Crazy Dusty is basically an avoidance. If you immortalize me in forever. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I need to be comforted right now. I need to be comforted before going back to this grind. All in. Just need to be comforted this once. It's so cozy and fun. Oh, that's fucked up. Didn't expect that bullet to go that far. The horrors are back. But I feel refreshed after that. It wasn't a good attempt at, you know, that fucking boss. Hi, Gav. Welcome to Horrors Beyond Our Comprehension. How much time has been here already? Currently, approximately 8.5 hours. So cozy. Dude, I'm cute. Should go back in 100% cube jump at this rate. Comprehend these fours is fine. Okay, but before today, if you asked, like, is the third loop real? You would have said, yeah, like, it could be, but it's too unreasonable. So, you know, it is kind of beyond comprehension. Because nobody was fucking thinking of... Well, I feel like nobody was that serious about it. until now. You better be serious, though. Because that shit is real. I was not looking at the screen. Oh, man. Pig Kid Needle. Yeah. Like, the end of Loop 2 is like the 60s, and then Loop 3 is the, like, the 70s and 80s and 90s. That is true, that is true. I'm pretty sure in 2016, like, nobody existed who would be able to beat this. Considering, like, the skill at avoidance you would need to even get that far. I was like 80-20. Like, I did not believe in it, but I thought, like, there's a chance. But he wouldn't do that. When you think about it, Culture 2 is kind of the Blair White of medleys. Nodders. Oh, degenerated. That's a really cute emote. Each corresponds to the game's end stage. We were joking about that. Like, that is kind of what you could argue. Yeah, pretty much. JGB definitely could have done the needle, that's for sure. Like when the gloop is black and purple. I think it fits. The Blair White comment, is that a flag where you're spitting? I am spitting, I'm always spitting. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe in it. The purple goop do fit. It's something like Myung, which is I think like a word in Korean which means older sister. Plain white. Okay, if you get fucking if your reward for beating 2 loops is you get attacked with Kamilia's cum blast, that would actually go kind of hard. It is nerfed, yes, but apparently there's still 1 frame perfect input, so that goes raw. God. Please stop talking. Word for loop 2 is in some TOS. Okay, 3. God damn. I mean, you could just have the acid like go away and then like make you go up 1 final time. That's visual challenge too. Oh my god. I do think it's kind of cool that now, like, there is actually something visually just, like, separating these screens from each other. It was indeed a really bad jump, I see. How can you just casually be this good at Kamilia 3? Realistically, being a neurodivergent kid who played the game and obsessed about it for years until they eventually were good enough to actually properly play it. Oops. How is the save real? That's what I'm saying. I knew that was a 2-frame, but it was so far away that I thought maybe I could get away with not stuttering, but... Or, more accurately, I was scared to stutter because I was worried I was gonna overshoot the jump. But no, it's not like that. Not sure why, because I've definitely 2-framed that before and been fine. 3-frame is the scary one, 1-frame is the free one because you just hold left. I feel like Kamilia and Brookito don't really know what top needle will be looking like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm genius. I leave that one hand with my nose itchy. I don't think I'm gonna go much longer, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think after what I saw, I'm like genuinely like a little bit shaken to the core, and I kinda just wanna lie down and think about everything. Think about what I saw. You'll say it has a lot of strats which make it easier. Is the thing. PTSD. Yeah, kinda. I'm just a little bit shaken. A little rattled, if you will. I mean, I've said this multiple times at this point, but when I heard there was an extra M stage, I could have never imagined it being this difficult. I'm getting pinged on IWC. I think that's gonna be most people, Watson. I'm not going to lie. I mean, regular M stage is hard. It's not easy. This is just beyond hard. It is in fact a hard game. Oka is fun, yeah. Patch notes are a little bit out of date because that's version 2.0, not 2.01, but it's mostly the same. What if the fourth loop is K2 remake into this game? Be careful what you wish for, Flames. Part of it is that I genuinely do not think a single person thought EXM stage was going to be this hard. Remember when I said that like the gap between like stage 5 needle and like extra stage needle is comparable to the gap between extra stage needle and EXM stage? Okay, cool. So now the gap between the EXM stage screens 1 through 3 is like fucking like even bigger than that compared to screen 4. Like this is the shit that we're operating on right now. This is the difficulty curve. Nope. Dude, that's such a rare death, but it's happened like twice. Nasty, dude. Yeah, like, I don't think anyone expected it to be this difficult. TBH, right? If like the music like cut, and there was like no more time limit on, and there was like a fourth loop with just like no music, no pressure, the jumps are like super easy, that would go unbelievably raw. It's so true, Japagi. Parallel Golden, yeah. Dude, that would go so hard. I mean, you literally can't die, but you would get startled. Sage Golden Crystal? That would be fun, honestly. EXM Sage Golden would be insane. Oh, dude, dude, that would be the most, like, you would genuinely be quivering walking up to the fucking half diamond. You would be so scared. The ultimate loop. I do hope there's something cinematic at the end of Extra M stage. If it just like warps you to the portal room and you get the achievement, I think it'll be a little bit of missed potential. I hope there's like something that goes hard afterwards. Not like, just like a nice little thing, like to celebrate your clear. Genius. Hey, thank you, Alcatran. So this Drake thing? Just a gif of a guy clapping. You used to call me on your cell phone. Later when you need my love. I just think it would go raw if there's just like a little cutscene. To celebrate like the final needle thing. I will say, this is a way better final needle save than Extra Emperor. Like, the Extra Emperor needle screen is so goofy and stupid. It is so like not fitting for a final screen. It is literally from stage 2 of Emperor. Like, it is such a dumb final screen. So, yeah, pretty much. Downloading K4 release date. Dude, could you imagine if the only thing holding up K4 is someone beating this? Gotta beat this to free up the world. Yeah, straight like it's kind of weird. EX docket screen would go nuts. I definitely think it's cool how like it ends with like the last game. X black with the ass. Yeah, a little bit. For the record, the docket screen in K2 is nerfed compared to the K3 one. Although I don't know how it is compared to the K3's one. Dude, I can't make progress anymore. I'll do some practice. That's not the right thing. I clearly need the practice, bro. Haven't gotten far at all in the past many minutes. Honestly, it's mostly screen 1 giving me grief. I went into the stream like thinking like, man, I'm feeling myself, dude. My consistency is good in practice. I open up with good consistency. Get a final jump death 30 minutes in. You know, tied PB. That's exciting. I'm doing so well. There's like actually a good chance that I 100% Kamilia 3 today. Does she know? It's not that bad, hypothetically. Just hit them frame perfects. I will say the needle feels like it could have been made by Kamilia, but at the same time I think it's Rikuto. Could have faked. I don't think a K4 would ever be able to live up to this game. Like, being entirely honest. Like, I think K4 would always be, like, living in this game's footsteps, in its shadow even. It does feel less Rikuto-y than others, but also, Rikuto has never made, like, a 3-minute long needle save. Unless you count Crazy RZ, but that doesn't count. Because no one's doing 3-minute segments in Crazy RZ to clear. That jump's a little Rikuto-ic. Also, Mir died to Oka final. This is J-Told, not an attempt. I realize that just chilling on there is not a good idea. Definitely makes it look like the attempt's a lot better than it is. Yeah. Come on, Kotrin, you gotta play this. Where's your Tomo area clear? A new Kamilia medley would kind of go hard if it was like quality, high production value. Thank you for the good luck, have fun, Toho. You should go for K3 100%. Let's see that. That Tomo area clear. Press R to restart. Yeah, probably. Yeah. You do have to go pretty fast once you're out of that area, though. Hey, Alice. Yeah, the modern Kamilia grind. We get him to play Manor, and then we get a fucking Clover as a boss and escape in Kamilia 4. Okay, question. If Escape the Manor was used for a medley in a Kamilia game, right? Like, if it was used in a Kamilia game, and he picked the boss, and he picked the crab, do you think he would call it, like, Crab, or would he call it Clover? Like, would he know what the name was? Crab, 100%. Attachments are a little bit outdated because of version 2.01, not 2.0. I just realized something. I'm curious about something. I want to check something. It's just something that I'm moderately curious about. Okay. I was curious about that. In the past month, my viewer average is 44, and a lot of that is because the K3 screams average really high. I was curious how close I was to partner. Not that it would happen, because like my viewer count is obviously related to Kamilia 3, but I was curious if I would technically be eligible at some point. But I think that'd be funny. Maybe one day. That sucks dick. That sucks double dick. Dude, Pheromone Medley PD player being a boss would go wrong. 150k pick. Oh shit, that's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought about like the idea of like what if PD player was the final boss of K3 Extra, and like that would go insanely raw. Like I can't even describe it, dude. Like imagine if you like, oh my god. K4 boss. I feel like Sand Final Boss wouldn't work that well. Because of the nature of it, you would have to change it radically to make sense for a medley boss, unless you wanted the PD player strat, just make the boss of an avoidance intermission. Deus and Lena, yeah. And what's crazy is that Deus and Lena literally has like intermissions where you could put like guest bosses too. That's like the crazy thing. At least one gaze pick. Oh yeah, it's a good format for a boss. That's what K3 Shine and Break does. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my attempts are going absolutely fucking nowhere. So I think I'm just gonna call it. Like, I haven't gotten a good attempt since, like, a little bit after I saw Loop 3, when I got close to the end, and since then I haven't even gotten to the second half. I think that's a sign I need to break. I'm gonna recuperate, I'm gonna practice some more, I'm going to mentally prepare to get railed, and I will come back tomorrow a stronger lady who hopefully does not have to get destroyed by the XM stage for the millionth fucking time, except I'm probably still gonna die to it a million times. I'm probably not clear because it's so hard. But thanks for watching, every pony. I think I will raid Grimmy Hunter. That seems like a fun person to raid.